Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you an Elite 2.0 Phoenix review. Now, you're all probably saying already, like, this thing is absolutely terrible. And technically, yes, it is, because it has a leaf spring. You can't open this thing because it's solvent welded. And yeah, that's really it. It's made to cut corners, essentially. And it doesn't have the added benefit of the Alpha Strike line, where, yet obviously those were made to cut corners, but they kind of feel like they have this vibe to them where it's like end of the war type of weaponry. You would see it the way, like at the end of World War II, like you would see just pipes with bolts that are attached to a piece of wood. That's what Alpha Strike felt like to me. And that's why I liked it so much. It's like, yeah, like this is bare bones and all that. Whereas the Elite 2.0 is a combination of that and Modulus, but it doesn't. If you watched my Barrel Dragon video, you would get like, it doesn't do both those things. Combining both those things isn't really a good idea, because you get the worst parts of it, in which you get the cheapness of this, but you get the cheapness of Alpha Strike and all that, but you also get like all the modularity of Modulus, but yeah, it doesn't work so well when you put them together. Because now it's not as good as Modulus, and it's still not as cheap. It's not as cheap as Alpha Strike. So I printed out the paper already, and I did the FPS already. Not looking good. The first thing I do is FPS. Already, I'm gonna say it's okay, because I gave the Modulus had a similar score, and also there was like just this one big outlier one. So I'm gonna say it's okay. But it's like at the bottom of okay. Now, accessories. What does this blaster come with? Well, it comes with a 6-star mag that has this little sleeve thing that you can remove off, I believe. And I'm messing with it. And it comes with a scope. And it's a really nice looking scope. It's a really like cool hunter, like a hunter scope, all that. But I don't know if you could snap this off for painting it and all that, but yeah. So just got with these two things, and I say it's okay. It's just like you're just buying a Strife, but with an extra thing on it that costs a little extra. So I say it's okay. It's not super good. It's not like buying the Modulus, which you get all this stuff with it, so it's okay. And it's not bad either, because it's like this magazine actually feels nice, and this scope looks nice. If it was a bad looking scope, or the magazine didn't feed well or whatnot, or was made out of really cheap stuff, then I'll say no, it's not that. I'll say it's not good. Oh, I forgot Comfort. I skipped Comfort. I'm going blind, but my bad. So Comfort, it's not comfortable at all. I hate this trigger thing and all that. I hate this grip. It's just too small. It feels a bit awkward. Some places it's not sharp. Like the plastic is messed up or something. But it doesn't feel right. It's very front heavy, which I had a problem with the Modulus with. And it's also like, it has this cool look to it, like it is a cool sci-fi looking thing, but it is front heavy. I'm going to actually, for comfort, I'm going to say it's in the bad. Sling attachment point. I always look for those. Always count that. And you can see there's no sling attachments whatsoever. Count that as bad because you got it. Because I like. Well, technically there's this, but that's not a sling attachment point. You can technically put a piece of string in there and all that, but I'm not counting that. That is just because that is piss poor. Okay. A half-assed job is still a half-assed job. Price. Now this is very interesting because I got this at Ollie's for, I think it was $13 in total, around that. I know this sold for $25, and I've seen these on sale for $7. So I'm going to judge it by the amount I paid for it, $13. And these things, you can get there are a lot of them over there for $13. So effectively, you buy two of these, you're buying buy one, get one free, effectively. And technically the scope is worth $5 because that's how much Nerf values the scope. So it is essentially a $7 blaster at that price, and I can't beat that. That is really $12 for this blaster is not a bad sell. If it's lower than $12, it's really good too. So for $12 for a Strife, you can't beat that. So I'm actually putting it as the good. But I wouldn't recommend buying this at full price. It's like, this is like you go to the bargain store and you buy this. Practicality. Now, is this blaster practical? Yes, it's semi-auto. It's a semi-auto Strife. What it is Strife. It's just a bad version. And it is practical. You don't have to put the scope on it. You can put any mag. This thing comes off way too easily, but the scope kind of keeps it in place. But it has a horrible, horrible jam area. Again, it's another cut corners. You can run the thing with it open too. Let me take it off. See? And you can take all these attachment points and all that. So yeah, it is a very practical blaster. It's just the problem is internal. You can never open this thing internally. You can never open it and all that. So that is that's part of a different category. But I say, yeah, it's good. It works. It's not like I'm thinking of like the Aban Phase Blaster or like that shotgun that had two mags on the side. It's not like those blasters where they just don't necessarily function. Profile. This thing looks like a sci-fi gun. It looks, to me, it actually looks like the spaceship from what's that movie called? I always forget the name. It has Morbius in it. Well, not Morpheus. It has Morpheus and Alan Grant. Crud. What's that movie? It's a Lovecraftian movie. It's in space. It's the gateway to hell. It's gonna bother me. They found the original print of it in a Romanian salt mine. Oh my goodness. I think it was like a Horizon something. Deep Horizon? Dark Horizon? I'm going to forget it, but it looks like the spaceship on that movie. And it says like, okay, this is not a bad profile. Everything has that side, and it does not, what I mean by profile, I always mean, if this was painted all black, would a cop accidentally mistake this for an actual firearm? And I don't think so. I think they would know, like, yes, this is a toy. No, that's what I mean by profile. I'm like, yes, this is good. it looks like a toy. Tactics. Now with tactics with me, it's always the same thing. Can it take the front barrel attachment? Yes, it can. And actually kind of fits pretty well with this. But it makes it even more front heavy. But it can take that. And like with the Modulus, it could take the rocket launcher and you could put it on the side. But it is a pain to take apart because they're kind of like interlocking with each other. I prefer it on the side over having it on top. I don't like because it obscures my vision. But when you put it on the side, this would not interfere with it. So I would say it would be good if it wasn't for the fact that they kind of get interlocked and you got to sometimes like just pull the rocket right off. I don't like that. So I'm putting tactics as okay, but if you're not using this, it's very good and all that. It's just, what are you going to use? But it's front. It's just so weirdly shaped. What are you going to really use on it, you know? What attachment do you, other than those two, would you really want to put on this? Maybe the magazine holder attachment from the Modulus I could see, but nothing else. Not a looks. This is why I got this blaster. Because it looks really cool. Especially if you do this. Take that Fortnite Scar Mag. Put that on there. You get yourself a smaller scope. And then now you are part of the Imperium of Man. And you shall fight for the God Emperor. I love this. It looks like what do they call, bolt shots? I'm not a Warhammer guy. I like the look of the Space Marines. And this thing looks like something a Space Marine walk around with. Okay. So, this is why I love this blaster. It's the Space Marine pistol. Okay? It makes me want to put on the power armor and go fight for the God Emperor of Man. So, I'm not a Warhammer guy, but I do respect the fan base, actually. I know a lot of people who play it. And the stuff they were willing to go, like the amount of money they're willing to spend and all that. So, I hate the company. The company are just a bunch of plagiarists and all that. If you ever read Elric and Manipulate, you'll immediately see like what they copied and all that. Copied, I mean what they stole. I think nearly every creator has gone out of the way and said like, yeah, these guys stole this and all that. All I like about Warhammer is the Space Marines. Okay, everything else is like, it's so easy to get. I don't want to say easy to get into. What I mean is like, people get. There's a little bit of everything for everybody, and that's kind of why. But this is not about Warhammer, just about the blaster. Get back to it. I'm getting off track. Modability, instantly the bad. Okay. There probably are mods to make this thing a good blaster, but because it's solvent welded, the leaf spring, and all that, no, it's bad. If you're gonna nerf, never solvent weld these things. Don't even put clips. Okay, don't do that. Because I want to paint this. I want to paint this, and I can't paint it. The reason why I don't have 3 of these things right now is one painted in my style, one normal, and one painted to be for Space Marine and all that. It's because I can't solvent weld it. I say, like, yes, the price you could get for this thing at Ollie's is worth it. If you're going to paint this thing, make it into a prop and all that. But I don't have that option, Nerf, because I don't have the tool to split apart solvent welding. This thing breaks a lot, too, from what I've seen. I'm not doing that. What you did was wrong, and I believe there is a screw underneath this. Okay, so you need a special tool to take that off. So no, that was bad. So let's see what the results are. 4 for the good, 3 for the bad, and 3 for the okay. So it leans more into negatives and all that. Well, technically the good, because yeah, it depends how you sing into it. It's more into not good than it is towards good. Or I'm looking at the glass half full. I'm thinking, but yeah, it's I don't have my original test. It's like, if I didn't have the modulus, I'd say yes, this is a good blaster. But in comparison, the modulus was just way better. It does everything that this does, but better. The only difference is that it's shorter barrel, so it should perform better. But the modulus just performs better instead. After doing my FPS testing, it's only by 1, but it's, again, like, as I've owned these and used these, I've seen the modulus hit in 80. I have never seen this hit 80. So, yeah. I love this. I do love this blaster. There is some bias in here because of the whole Warhammer aspect. But because of that cutting corners, that whole because of the solvent welding, because they just don't want you to mod these things. That is why I'm like, no, even at $12, this thing's not really worth it. Get it for less than that, okay, yes. It's just, if you're getting it for a kid, okay, they're gonna break it eventually. Okay, this is not built to last. It's not built for you to fix if your kid drops it or something. Okay, this is just built for, this is really just from not one-time use, but like for limited time use, then you go buy the next blaster they have out. That's what it's for. I don't like that because, one, people are going to put this into Goodwill. I'm going to pick it up, think it works. I can't even fix it. So even seeing this at a Goodwill, I am hesitant to buy. I saw the dinosaur, the T-Rex one, and it's like, dang it, kid beat me to it. What's the name of that movie? Oh, this is gonna... It's like Horizon. This is gonna bother me. Give me a second. This thing looks like the spaceship. Event Horizon. That was the name of the movie. This blaster looks like the spaceship from Event Horizon. Okay, I kind of like this blaster a little bit more now. Dang it. Oh. I hate that. I hate that I like this thing so much. Just because it looks like some other things. And I can't do anything without it. So no, don't take this blaster. Okay, it's a tease. That's all it is. It's just a tease. Okay? I'm taking the batteries out of it. I might not take the batteries out of this one because I kind of like pretending to be a space marine, so... Okay, if you're going to go to the trouble of being a space marine, yeah, get this blaster. But if not, then don't bother. But I kind of want to keep pretending I'm a space marine. So I'm okay to keep the batteries in it, but don't buy this blaster. It's pretty bad. All right, or more or less it's pretty okay. And all that. But yeah, doing this does help me kind of decide, because I was considering picking this over the Modulus in a Nerf war. And now that I'm after testing it and all that and kind of fiddling a little bit more than I normally would, nope. I will just rather keep this at home. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You all have a nice night. Bye-bye.